In yoga practice, movement of the spine in 7 different ways is really important. You do forward bends, back bends, side bends or lateral stretches, twist to the right, twist to the left, and axial elongation, meaning drawing from the pelvis all the way to the top of the head to get elongation of the spine. And we do this through alignment. These actions align the spine through sun salutes, standing poses, balance poses, seated poses, and supine or lying down poses. That's the typical sequence that we follow in class. So let's begin in a sequence that will enable us to align our spines and create a nice energetic quality to our neuromuscular system. We'll begin standing at the front of the mat. Stand tall. Inhale, take your arms up for a nice back bend as you reach your hands back. Exhale, bend your knees to come forward in a forward fold. Reach your right leg back. Come to a twist by keeping your right hand down to the mat, left hand to the waist. Reach up, reach over. So now it's a twist and a lateral lengthening on the left side. Release your hand down. Come to step back in downward facing dog. And as you plant your hands nicely, your feet are hip distance apart. Lift your hips high. Bend your knees slightly to get just a little bit more lumbar curve in your pose. As you come towards straight legs, try to keep that curve as you draw from the pelvis down to the knees. Look forward, step your right foot forward. Keep your left hand where it is. Take your right hand to your waist, then reach it up and over for another twisting action, plus a nice elongation of the right side. Release your hands down, step your back foot forward, place both hands to the low back, and rise up. Just in simple actions, we're able to get those steps of yoga included in our practice. Let's do the same on the left side. So with your feet hip distance apart, inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, take your hands down. Step your left foot back. Keep your left hand down. Take your right hand to your waist. Reach up. Reach over. Enjoy nice fluidity and fullness in the pose and in the breath. Release your hand down. Step back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. And just feel how the breath alone creates this nice elongation in the spine. Once again, lift your heels, bend your knees, lift your sit bones high. Keep that nice curve of the lumbar spine even as you draw your heels down toward the mat. Look forward. Step your left foot right between your hands. Keep your right hand where it is. Come to a twist with your left hand to your waist. Turn your heart toward your inner knee. Reach your left arm up and over. Release your hand down. Step your back foot forward. Place your hands to your low back. Rise up. In every class, we have standing poses, And so we'll stand with our feet apart and parallel. Interlace your fingers behind your back, hug your elbows in, bend your knees slightly, draw down in a forward fold. Reach your heart toward the earth, but keep your head slightly lifted for this one. Inhale, rise up. Now with the fingers interlaced behind the back, look up for a little back bend. Reach back. Release your hands as you come to a standing pose where your right toes are turning out. Bend your right knee. Keep your right leg straight. Inhale, lift your arms up. Draw your right hand down. Just a little modification of a triangle pose. Reach your arm up and over so we get that lateral stretch. Root down to rise up, to come out of your pose. Release your hands. Come to the opposite side. Turn your left toes out. Keep your back leg strongly rooted. Lift your arms up. Exhale, draw down to the left side. Keep your back heel rooted. Reach your right arm over your head so you get this nice lengthening action. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release your hands. Turn your left toes in. Turn your right toes out. Bend your right knee. In the strong position of warrior two, reach your arms out. Bend your right elbow. In every practice, we like to include a balance pose. So in our standing sequence, let's include this balance pose called half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Look down at the floor. Step your right hand forward as you step your left foot forward. Lift your back leg up. Keep lifting high. You're stacking the left hip over the right. You reach your arm up. You reach your gaze up if possible. Slowly come back to the pose you were in. Reach your foot way back. And inhale to rise up. Come to the opposite side. Turn your left toes out. Line up from the front heel to the back arch. Bend your knee. Lift your arms up. Now take your left hand down. Look down. Pivot on the back heel. Step your left hand down as you step in to lift off with the right foot. Open nicely. Come back to the same pose we were in. Root down to inhale and rise up. Release your hands. Let's come to a seated pose. So we've done sun salutes, standing poses, a balance pose. Now we'll do seated poses to get a little bit more twisting action. Cross your legs right at the mid shin point so that you can't see your feet. Press through the outside edges of your feet. With your right hand to the left knee, push from the pelvis to the kneecap into the hand. turn your heart. Turn your heart toward the left as you keep the strong action of the palm against the knee. Get tall. Come more forward on your sits bones. Release out of the twist. Wrap your legs so that the left shin bone is forward. The right shin bone is pressing into the belly of the calf muscle. You're hiding your feet. Take your left hand to the kneecap if possible. If that doesn't work for you, just take it to the outer right thigh. But see if you can grow from the pelvis to the kneecap. Grow the thigh bone. As you turn to get this nice fullness to the twist, allow your breath to help expand so fully as you draw from the sit bones all the way to the crown of the head. You get this nice length. Release yourself out of the pose. Come to lie on your back. As you lie on your back, draw your right knee in with your left foot planted. Lift your right foot up and draw the knee just slightly further toward the outer right rib. See if you can catch hold of the right big toe with your index finger and middle finger. Grab hold of the toe. Draw the knee down more. Stretch your left leg straight. Use your left hand to encourage the left thigh down. Reach your right foot over toward the right side. Maybe you can extend it out a little bit more to feel a nice lengthening in the back side of the leg. Bend your knee, draw in, release your right foot. With both knees bent, keep your right foot on the floor, draw your left knee in. Grab hold of the big toe, draw further down to the outer left ribs. Reach your left leg out. See about sliding your right leg straight as you reach your left leg out. Release. With both knees bent, press your elbows down, lift your pelvis up. Find fullness in a nice back bend to give fullness to the front side of the body. Slowly release down. Extend your legs and your arms. Come to Savasana. in this resting pose, you assimilate these actions to align your spine, these actions that we do each practice. Allow your breath to continue to enhance this axial elongation from the pelvis to the crown of the head. The forward bends, the back bends, the side to side movements, the lateral stretches to the right and to the left, the twists to the right, to the left, all serve to create this feeling of spaciousness. Enjoy your Savasana as you assimilate these actions that we do in the yoga practice that continue to help us in aligning and realigning to create this nice elongation in the spine. Namaste.